Russian Ghost Fleet, U.S. shutdown, and Middle East crisis, political crisis in the United States. Explosive tensions between Israel and Palestine. France intercepts a Russian Ghost Fleet that may be weaponizing hybrid warfare in Europe. These are today's highlights on Political Radar. Let's understand how these events connect to the global geopolitical landscape. A shutdown was confirmed in the United States. The government halted part of its operations because Congress failed to approve the budget. The reason? President Donald Trump requested more funding for essential areas, but Democrats made approval conditional on increased healthcare spending. Without an agreement, tourist attractions have been closed, federal employee salaries are at risk, and essential programs may be suspended. This is yet another chapter in an impasse that puts American policy in direct conflict with the lives of the population. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, Hamas rejected the peace proposal presented by Trump and Netanyahu. Among the points of contention, a transitional government, led by former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, was considered unacceptable by the Palestinians. Hamas refuses to disarm before the creation of a Palestinian state, a condition rejected by Netanyahu. And regarding the hostages, the organization has signaled that it will not hand over all of them at once, preferring to use them as bargaining chips. Trump responded harshly. If there is no agreement within 4 days, the U.S. will impose the solution by force. In retaliation, Houthi rebels in Yemen threatened to attack American oil tankers in the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea. The risk of regional escalation is increasingly present. In Europe, France seized Russian ships linked to the so-called Ghost Fleet. But what is this fleet? These are vessels that circumvent international sanctions by illegally transporting Russian oil. These ships use flags of convenience, turn off their transponders, and change routes to avoid inspection. The suspicion is even more serious. Part of this fleet is allegedly carrying drones for covert operations. Drones have already been reported in Denmark and Germany. Experts point out that Russia is intensifying its hybrid warfare against NATO, mixing propaganda, cyber attacks, bots, and hidden weapons. In South America, Argentine President Javier Milei authorized the entry of American military personnel into Argentine territory under the pretext of emergency training. The decree comes as Buenos Aires negotiates historic economic aid with Washington. In the U.S., Trump again sparked controversy by criticizing Pentagon generals and admirals, demanding new physical standards and annual tests under threat of punishment or dismissal. And in the war in Ukraine, Kiev attacked the Yaroslavl refinery, Russia's 5th largest. The impact is significant. An estimated 38% of the country's refining capacity is compromised, directly jeopardizing Moscow's war financing. While the United States faces internal paralysis, the Middle East remains on the brink of an explosion, and Russia expands its covert operations in Europe. The world is experiencing a moment in which local crises intertwine in an increasingly unstable global scenario. This was another report from Political Radar. Do you believe we are seeing the first signs of a new Cold War? Leave your opinion in the comments and subscribe to follow our future analyses.